We've all been there, right? It's that time of night. The coffee's gone cold, and the only sound is the hum of your machine. You've been staring at the same block of code for what feels like an eternity, just chasing a ghost in the system. You've tried everything you can possibly think of. You've scoured every forum, you've tested every crazy theory. And yet, there it is. That bug just staring back at you, completely unfazed. It's this frustrating, kind of isolating experience that every single developer knows. But what if you weren't alone in that moment? Welcome to Career Experience TV. Today, we're diving into something huge, a fundamental shift in how we actually build software. We're moving way beyond simple tools and into an era where our code isn't just a set of instructions, it's actually the training ground for artificial intelligence itself. So let's get right to the heart of this idea. The relationship between coding and AI is becoming, well, deeply intertwined. This isn't just about AI writing code anymore. It's about code teaching AI how to think. And that enhanced thinking, it leads to even smarter code. Researchers have this brilliant way of describing it. They call it a Mobius strip effect. It perfectly captures this idea. You see, code, with its super strict logic and structure, is the perfect sandbox for an AI to learn how to reason. And as that AI's reasoning gets sharper, its ability to tackle really complex programming challenges just grows exponentially. It's this powerful feedback loop where each side is constantly making the other one stronger. And this relationship isn't just one single thing. We're seeing it applied across a huge range of tasks. From generating little code snippets all the way to creating complex autonomous agents that can manage entire software life cycles. We're going to touch on a few of these key areas right now. So how do we tap into all this power? Well, it really starts with learning how to communicate effectively. If the AI is your co-pilot, you've got to be a great navigator. And that brings us to the art and science of prompt engineering. It's all about moving from these vague requests to really precise, context-rich instructions. Think of it less like a search query and more like you're giving a detailed briefing to a highly intelligent but very literal new team member. Okay, this is a fantastic breakdown of what makes a prompt powerful. First up, the persona. You tell the AI who to be. You're a principal engineer at a Fortune 500 company. Then you give it context. We're choosing a library for a high-traffic app. Next, you provide examples of good and bad choices, like Lodash versus some abandoned package. And finally, you give it crystal clear instructions, a detailed framework for how to evaluate things. This structure turns a simple question into a seriously powerful analytical tool.
But crafting the perfect prompt, that's only half the story. The truly groundbreaking stuff is what happens when the AI gets it wrong, and more importantly, what it does next.
This is the crucial point, right? A simple tool just fails and stops. But an intelligent partner learns from that failure. We're now seeing AI systems that can actually diagnose their own mistakes and actively work to correct them. It's incredible. This quote from the research paper, Reflection, absolutely nails it. By remembering what went wrong, the AI can completely adapt its strategy for the next try. It's not just trial and error anymore. It's trial, error, and learning. This whole process is called reflection. So the AI doesn't just get a simple fail signal. No, it stops, it analyzes its own thought process, and it literally talks to itself about what it did wrong. It creates its own feedback loop, which means it refines its logic with every single pass. Okay, let's look at a real example of this. So in a simulation, an AI was told to examine the mug with the desk lamp. On its first try, it found the mug, then kind of wandered around looking for the desk lamp, and it failed. But then it reflected. It actually noted its own logical error. I should have looked for the desk lamp first. So on the second trial, it did exactly that and succeeded. It diagnosed and fixed its own flawed plan. How cool is that?
So, where is all this leading? Well, when you combine that precise communication with an AI that can learn from its own mistakes, you get something way, way more powerful than just a simple coding assistant.
This is the leap. We're moving from copilots that help with a few lines of code to autonomous agents that you can assign entire tasks to, teammates that can understand a goal, come up with a plan, and then execute it from start to finish. These AI agents, they're designed to handle real complexity. They can perceive the state of an entire code base, make strategic decisions about what to modify, and then take the actions to implement those changes, pretty much just like a human engineer would. And look, this isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. You've got projects like SW Agent tackling real-world GitHub issues. Kodak can literally debug on the fly. Systems like Open Hands and AutoCode Rover are building out entire tool chains for these agents to use. I mean, the field is just exploding with innovation. So, with all of that, what does this incredible technological shift actually mean for you and for your career? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's opportunity, but it's for those who are prepared. This isn't a future you can just afford to sit back and watch unfold. The tools, the workflows, the very definition of what a software developer is, it's all changing. So the question you really have to ask yourself is, are you ready to adapt and lead, or are you going to be left trying to catch up? This idea from the source material is so important. The real advantage isn't going to come from using some polished, prepackaged tool. It's going to come from understanding how to work directly with these models, how to train them, prompt them, and build with them. The innovators are going to be the ones who get their hands dirty. And getting your hands dirty doesn't mean you have to figure it all out by yourself. That is exactly why we've built a community for people who want to be right at the forefront of this change. We offer practical resources to help you not just survive, but thrive. We're talking free career advice, CV revamps, interview prep, and a whole lot more. This is a place to connect with people who get it, people passionate about AI, startups, building new business models, and just driving innovation. It's all about sharing knowledge and growing together as this new landscape really takes shape. So if you're ready to stop just watching the future and you actually want to start building it, then come join our community of innovators. We're there to help you navigate your career and make your mark. You know that bug you were stuck on at 2 a.m.? That's just one problem. The bigger challenge is shaping your career for what comes next. So go on, take the first step. The sign-up link is right there in the description below.